I came to tell you today, the version of you that's waiting 5 years from now, 10 years from now, the version of you who's already walked through the storms you're facing, they're standing at the finish line, hands cupped around their mouth, shouting into the wind, "Don't you dare stop now." Oh, your future self is not looking for your excuses. They're not waiting on your doubts. They're standing there with scars that prove the pain was worth it. They've seen the houses you haven't bought yet, the doors you haven't walked through yet, the relationships you haven't healed yet. And they're saying, if only you knew what's on the other side, you'd run through this season with tears in your eyes and fire in your bones. The challenge is, you can't see them yet. You can't touch the proof yet. But faith is trusting the voice of your future over the noise of your present. That voice is crying out, don't quit in the hallway when your breakthrough is in the next room. You may be tired. You may be frustrated. You may feel like all the effort you've poured in is producing nothing but silence. But I promise you, silence doesn't mean nothing is happening. In the dark, seeds are growing. In the hidden place, roots are taking hold. Your progress is not always loud, but it is always moving. Your future self is begging you to outlast the pressure, to outlast the tears, to outlast the loneliness. They know something you don't yet know, that if you survive this, you'll thank God you did. You'll look back and say, that season I wanted to quit, that's the season that made me. You don't have to have all the answers. You don't have to feel strong every day. You just have to refuse to stop. Because the moment you stop, you lock the door to the life you were supposed to live. And I don't know about you, but I refuse to leave my future self standing alone, waiting for me to arrive. You may not realize it, but every yes you give today, every moment you push through the urge to stop, every tear you cry, but keep moving through, is shaping the person you're about to become. And that person, they are fierce, they are whole, they are free. So I say to you, don't just survive this moment. Command your feet to keep walking. Command your hands to keep building. Command your spirit to keep believing. Because your future self is begging you, pleading with you, please keep going. You may not hear it with your natural ears, but there's a voice coming from ahead of you. It's the voice of the person you're becoming, the one who has already walked through the valleys you're standing in now, the one who has already conquered the giants you're still trying to figure out how to fight. And that voice, that future version of you, is calling out, don't stop here, don't settle here, don't die here. They know what it feels like to be tired. They know what it feels like to stand in the middle of a storm with rain beating down on your face, not sure if you've got the strength to keep moving. But they also know what it feels like to survive that storm, to look back and realize the pain that tried to bury you became the very soil that grew you. And so they're shouting through time itself, pleading with you not to give up. Your future self is not some imaginary dream. They are as real as the ground under your feet. They've already tasted the victories you haven't won yet. They've already walked into rooms you don't even know exist. They've already met people who will change your life forever. And they're desperate for you to know that every step you take right now is leading you closer to them. When you want to give up, picture them standing just beyond the bend in the road. Imagine them waiting at a table, a seat with your name on it, their eyes fixed on the horizon because they know you're coming. Every time you pause, every time you hesitate, they lean forward, willing you to take one more step. It's easy to feel like you're walking alone in this season. But you are not alone. That future self is walking ahead of you, clearing paths, opening doors, preparing the life you're meant to live. And they can't enjoy it without you. They need you to arrive. They need you to push past the fatigue, the doubt, the disappointment, because without your fight in the present, their reality in the future will never come to pass. Sometimes the only thing keeping you going is the thought that this can't be all there is. That's not weakness. That's the whisper of your future self breaking through the noise. It's the sound of your destiny saying, I know it's hard now, but if you just keep moving, everything is about to change. You may be in a season where nothing seems to be happening, where prayers feel unanswered and effort feels unrewarded. But your future self is reminding you that seeds take time to grow. What you plant in discipline today will show up in blessing tomorrow. And if you walk away from the field now, you'll never see the harvest they're already standing in. That's why you can't afford to quit. Because quitting doesn't just rob you of today. It robs your future self of the life they've been waiting for. They've been counting on you. They've been cheering for you. And they're still calling your name. Pain has a way of convincing you it will last forever. When you're in it, every second feels like an hour, every day feels like a year, and every problem feels like it's here to stay. But hear me, your pain is lying to you. It's temporary. It's seasonal. It's the rain before the harvest, the night before the sunrise. And if you can just hold on, you'll see that what's crushing you now will soon be the testimony you tell. You weren't made to live under the weight of this forever. Your heart wasn't built to break every day. Your spirit wasn't designed to be in constant defeat. What you're feeling right now is the stretching, the pressing, the shaping, not the ending. Pain doesn't come to stay, it comes to pass. And when it passes, it leaves behind a strength that you never would have found without it. Sometimes it feels like pain has set up camp in your life, like it's unpacked its bags and decided to move in. But the truth is, pain is just passing through. It's a guest, not a landlord. It's a chapter, not the whole book. And the same way storms don't stay in the sky forever, your pain is on a clock. It's on borrowed time. I know it hurts right now. I know it feels like you've been stuck in the same struggle for far too long. But pain is a teacher, and right now it's teaching you how strong you really are. It's teaching you to trust, when you can't see. It's teaching you to stand when you feel like collapsing. And one day, you'll look back and realize that what you thought was breaking you was actually building you. Your future self isn't afraid of this pain because they've already seen the other side of it. They know what it feels like to wake up one day and realize the tears have dried, the heaviness has lifted, and the joy has returned. They know the relief of making it through what they once thought would destroy them. That's why they're telling you, don't let temporary pain make permanent decisions. The pain you're carrying is not a prison. It's a passage. It's moving you from who you were into who you're becoming. It's burning away the things that can't go with you into your next season. And yes, it's uncomfortable. Yes, it's exhausting. But it's also necessary, because without this refining fire, the version of you waiting ahead would never come to life. You can't rush pain out of your life, but you can refuse to let it define you. You can decide that it will not have the last word. You can look it in the face and say, you may walk with me for a little while, but you will not live with me forever. And when you do that, you shift from being a victim of pain to being a steward of purpose. So don't mistake the presence of pain for the absence of progress. Just because it hurts doesn't mean you're not moving forward. In fact, sometimes the deepest pain is the clearest sign that transformation is happening. And when you realize that, you'll stop asking, how long will this last? And start asking, what is this making me? A faith is the ability to lean on what you can't yet touch. It's walking forward without a map in your hand, but with certainty in your heart. It's hearing the whisper of your destiny louder than the roar of your circumstances. And when everything around you says, stop, faith says, keep moving, you're closer than you think. The danger we face is that we've become addicted to proof. We want signs before steps, confirmations before commitment, and guarantees before we risk anything. But faith doesn't work like that. Faith doesn't wait for the evidence to show up. It creates the evidence. Faith doesn't follow the visible path. It makes a way where there was no way. Your future self knows this. They remember the days you stepped into the unknown without knowing how it would work out. They remember how every bold move you made in faith opened doors that fear would have kept closed. They remember the moments when your hands were empty, but your heart was full, and somehow that was enough to carry you through. Faith is not blind, it's visionary. It sees what others can't see because it's looking through a different set of eyes. Faith sees past the mess into the miracle. Faith sees past the delay into the delivery. Faith sees past the wilderness into the promised land. And that's why your future self is begging you not to base your next move on what you can see right now. The truth is, if you wait until it feels safe, you'll never step into your destiny. If you wait until it's easy, you'll miss the moment. Faith is birthed in uncertainty. Faith grows in the dark. Faith matures in the silence where you have nothing to lean on but the word in your spirit and the vision in your mind. You can't measure faith by comfort. You measure it by movement. You measure it by the willingness to say, I don't know how this will work, but I believe it will. You measure it by the courage to take a step when you can't see the whole staircase. And every time you do that, you get one step closer to the version of yourself that's been waiting for you. It's not that the road of faith is without fear. It's that you refuse to let fear drive. You let faith sit in the driver's seat. And you tell doubt it can ride in the back, but it will not touch the wheel. And when you live like that, you discover that the unseen things are often the most real things. Because faith doesn't just believe in what's ahead, it pulls what's ahead into your now. It calls it forth. It reaches into tomorrow and brings it into today. And the moment you learn to trust the unseen, you'll realize you've been walking with the answer all along. It just hadn't shown up in the visible yet. So here you stand at the intersection of what you feel and what you believe. You've heard the voice of your future self calling out. You've been reminded that your pain is only passing through. You've been challenged to trust the unseen when everything in you wants proof. And now the question isn't whether the future is waiting for you. It's whether you will move toward it. Every step you take from this moment is a decision to move forward or to stay the same. To perseverance is a brick laid on the road toward your destiny. Every act of faith is a seed planted in the soil of tomorrow. And every refusal to quit is a message to your future self that says, I'm on my way. The storms will come. The nights will be long. There will be days when quitting feels easier than believing. But remember, your future self has already seen what's waiting on the other side. They've already stood in the place you're fighting to reach. And they would tell you, it's worth it. Every tear, every battle, every lonely night, it's worth it. So lift your head, wipe your face, square your shoulders, and walk not in fear, but in the certainty that your destiny is real and your arrival is inevitable. Your future self isn't just begging you to keep going. They're counting on it